The moment.
I always wish I could go back home. The whole thing with family and everything, you always want to be close to them.
But there was this one that really took me back.
The xenophobia that took place in South Africa.
Xenophobia is a big issue.
It's going to take a lot to change their minds about foreigners in South Africa. All these men are out of work, and they put that down to the outsiders who sell their goods and their labour.
So basically back home, that is something that you grew up not even knowing actually existed.
And I feel like there is a lot of animosity, especially towards Zimbabweans. I don't know why.
That was that first time, like, I sat on myself and was like, nah, seriously, I'm far away from home.
My name is Wivine Bahati.
My name is Joel Lunganga.
Lorraine Mangira.
My name is Christoph Wiseman Juma. I'm known by Wiseman.
Originally, I'm from Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC.
I was born in Baraka.
Kinshasa, precisely.
I am from Zimbabwe and I'm studying interior design.
Here at DOT, I was studying emergency medical care and rescue.
I'm studying video technology, which now has a new name, Bachelor of Applied Art in Screen Art and Technology.
Back home, you used to hear people telling you about South Africa, you know, about Durban. Oh, it is a beautiful place, you know, it is more like America in Africa.
And I wanted to come here because the beach, you know, when you're in Zim, all you hear about is the beach. Everybody's going to the beach.
I didn't have anything in my mind, like, one day I would go out, go and maybe for visit, even for visit another country. I didn't have that thing in my mind. Like,
I didn't want to have much expectation, which I know wasn't sure whether they were going to be met or not.
Didn't really take me that long of a time to adjust to Durban. DT, however, took a bit of adjustment, getting used to, I mean, it was a completely different language, completely different people.
language, that was my biggest issue.
I wasn't that strong in English.
You know, back home, the official language is French. You know, coming from a French country, arriving in an English colonized country could also be a challenge.
I hated English before, but I had to put myself through learning English because I had no other way. If I had to like stay here in this country, I had to go through English.
And from where I come from, I found Zulu much more close to my language than English itself. So back home, we mostly speak Swahili, and most of the words in Zulu, they're kind of similar to that language. So I got much adapted, and it was much quicker for me to speak Zulu than English.
For me, English wasn't that difficult. I would say Zulu would be a little bit of a challenge.
I remember the first time I got in the taxi and I had to jump off. And in my head, because my aunt would tell me, you must speak Zulu, just try. She told me the words to say. But then as you're getting closer to the gate, you're like, do I say it now? Do I say it now?
I'm not good in Zulu, but I know hi, Sawona Mujeni. So that latter part of Zulu I know.
I'm very grateful for my friends because they were like this with me with the Zulu lessons. They were like, no, Lorraine, you have to know the language, you're in a different place, you have to try, fit in, assimilate somehow. And yeah, we're here now, and I can say I can travel anywhere in town. I'll take you with me as well, and we can come back safe.
The difficulties that I've faced during registration process, I would say first was
I didn't have all of my documentation ready. So there was first a problem where they wanted me to have my study visa ready, my asylum seekers, which I was using.
my visa, because I don't have a South African ID. That was the first issue.
Not only do you pay more, but the process is longer.
This was an up and down process. I had to move from one office to another, and then from that office I have to go back to where the registration was taking place, and then I had to say my name.
You have your visa processing, you have medical aid, then it's like registration fee.
You may have a financial issue that you've resolved already. Now you need clearance, right? You need clearance from them. You may send an email, they won't reply straight to that email.
And medical aid isn't even like you're paying per month. It's the whole thing. So now you have to like get 10K for medical aid, then you need 5K for registration, then it's like 6K for your visa.
If you don't have any phone, like telephone numbers and all that, you have to be there on campus and try and talk to them face to face. You will go there, you may see somebody, they will tell you, I'm coming back in 5 minutes. They vanished.
It's that part, like the first 3 months of the year are always just terrible.
The documentation and my name mostly, and getting the correct subject and information putting down into the system before they could actually go ahead and register me. That was way difficult because it was up and down non-stop.
I always wish I could go back home. The whole thing with family and everything, you always want to be close to them. You always want a situation where you can go back.
Xenophobic attack, that really made it feel like you would want to go back home. You feel like maybe you're not being loved here. But at the same time, those are events that takes place and we cannot predict them.
So it's things like that that always make me feel like, oh, maybe I should just leave. It's not worth it sometimes. But I try not to look at it like that. I feel like I'm always trying to think positive, you know. I'm here for one thing, get my degree, bounce.
I would say last year, the issue I had with Uma first, that was like the biggest one that made me feel go back home. Because I've tried many times renewing my documents. They've never get back to me. For them to do so, I had to go there physically, like face to face, and talk to them, explain to them what is my issue, so they can sort it out. That was like the biggest thing that made me feel like I want to go back home.
Home Affairs Minister says his department is addressing the visa backlog. Aaron Motsoaledi says South Africa is not the only country experiencing the problem.
Most of the challenging situations that I deal with on a daily basis have to do with a lot of immigration-related issues that many of our students face. And with that, obviously, we have to try by all means to assist them. The reason I love this job is because it offers me the opportunity to obviously meet new people every day. So with that comes the new experience from their individual cultural perspectives and backgrounds. Cultural diversity and inclusion is the current, and it shouldn't be just the current, but it is the current topic, because I think, like I said initially, for every one of us, it is important to understand, you know, people from their different cultural backgrounds, and therefore DUT advocates for diversity and inclusion, which is how the international students then come into play.
I don't have any regrets about studying at DUT because at DUT I got to see all those things of which people used to talk about. A new city, a new place, and a university that is at a high standard, which back home I would say is not really close to that.
Till today, DUT is the best, especially with the course I'm doing, video technology.
This experience has taught me to appreciate a lot of things and to see a lot of things in different ways. I wouldn't change my schooling years for anything. Most of the memories that I have, my happiest moments, were here.
I have no regrets. I had an opportunity to meet the DVC, the Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, I was part of the Duty Foundation. I got numerous awards. I was part of the student governors, part of the ISO as a president.
I also got to have that thing in me that I say, okay, one day, in the future I can say, hey, I also went to a school called Duty where they had this really nice buildings, tall. I could also tell you back home and recommend back home, hey, come and study Duty because it's a great place. So there is no regret that I can say that I regret studying at Duty. There's nothing that I can put in.
I dream of magazine covers, holidays in the Bahamas, riding sports cars and riding drop down in the Hummer. Be a blessing to my nation, be the next Barack Obama. No more drama with my mama, having drama with my father. That's the goal, to be a better